Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Thursday night mini healings. I'm here with, let's see if he can get up, Duncan. He's like, oh, mom. Yeah, he was sleeping, but he's here. And Dexter's here, but Dexter's all covered up. And Rudy is right here too. So everybody's here. So a very quiet day today, and that's okay. Trying to think if there's any news. Not really. So I've got my list. I do have one of our regulars who will not be here, so I am going to add her to the list. Today is show number 84, which that's pretty cool. And I can't believe that Monday is the last day of February, which I'm very glad because I'm tired of below zero weather. So if anybody has noticed, I've posted a snow video on Facebook. Yeah, we got like 17 inches, but it was so windy that there were drifts. Some of my drifts were like 4 feet high. Pretty horrible. But I'm just hoping spring's around the corner. 2/24/22. Sort of a cool number. But so I will put down, so I'm going to put down Joanne because Joanne will not be able to make it tonight, but is going to do the replay. And I'm anticipating just a fairly quiet, low-key night, which that's okay because lately we've had sort of a smaller group, but the cool thing about that is they get to experience more of the healing because there isn't that many people. So that's sort of exciting. But other than that, we will start our first healing pulse at 10 minutes in. So we've got another 2.5 minutes or so where we'll start our first healing pulse. And I will give you instructions for that when we start. So I've been doing lots of reading on healing. Let's see what books I've got out here. So this I haven't started yet, and I'm not sure if I should reread. So The Secret of Shambhala by James Redfield. He wrote the Celestine Prophecy. And so I read that many, many years ago. And I'm curious if I should go reread it before I start this up, but we'll see. So, and part of it is one of my modalities that I use is called Shambhala. And so the name really got me because I love the energy of Shambhala. And then here is another book that I just love how they did it because it's got lots of color and pictures and it's about healing, of course. So the 5 elements of healing. So a practical guide to making sense of your symptoms. And so far, I haven't really used a lot. I'm still trying to sort of figure out how to use it. But it's got very interesting pictures, like for instance. So here is a facial diagnosis picture. Let's see if I can get that. So quite interesting. So for instance, it says the nose represents the state of the heart. So yeah, pretty cool. Oh, and I bought this years ago when I was in Sedona. Scientific Vortex Information. So this is by Pete Sanders, who founded Free Soul out of Sedona. It's a nonprofit. And he is an MIT graduate. But this is all about vortexes because I really want to work on finding vortexes in my area. So, but here, this book he categorizes upflow energy and inflow energy, which correlates to male vortexes and female vortexes, how to find and identify vortexes. So, yeah, so something I need to work on, just really thinking about getting outside. And there is Joan. Welcome, Joan. I hope you are doing well. We will get started in, let's see, about like 1 minute for our first healing pulse. I'm anticipating a rather quiet night, which is okay. We might even be done early. So I don't really have anything new to do, but I am going to do that little aura workshop where I do the aura healing scans. Can't talk. The aura Healy, H-E-L-E, H-E-L, no, H-E-A-L-Y, Healy, like the little gadget that I have, Healy. Here it is. This is a Healy. The Healy Aura scan that I'm doing. And there's Marina. Welcome, Marina. So I think I'm going to do that Sunday later morning, but I'm also going to record it. So if anyone does not watch it, they can watch the recording. So I'm thinking it's going to be 11 a.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. So 2:27. And then I'll record it. So it's going to talk mainly about aura scans in general. And then also I'm going to run a very specific scan that has your lowest chakra. And the scan will only focus on that lowest chakra unless you've got 2 or more at the same reading. So let's see, I've got 2, 4, 6, 7 that initially signed up. So I will be running your aura scans in the next day or two. Super, Joan. Thank you. So I will be doing Zoom invites. Uh-oh, it's 11 after. I'm late. So let's do our first healing pulse of the night. So this works great for physical, emotional, anything energetic. And so if you have something physical going on, that's where I want you to direct the energy. If you've got something emotional going on or you're feeling some anxiety, think about where you want to receive the energy that might help that anxiety. So where are you feeling anxiety? And so to start, rub your hands together. Place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And then the most important part, that's to be open and allowing the energy to flow. So not only are you getting your own healing frequencies, but mine too. But part of it is allowing the energy to flow and go exactly where it needs to go. So when you breathe in, imagine that healing coming through my hands to your hands and then going where it needs to go, and with each in breath, it's going a little deeper and does a little bit more healing. So just breathe that energy in. For many of you, you won't really feel this, but some will feel tingles. Some might feel some hot or some cold. If you really are sensitive, you might see colors. Just allow that energy to flow. Okay, so that was our first healing pulse of the night. There will be at least 2 additional ones, so let me know how you did. Next, I will be doing taking requests for individual healing. So we look at removing negative beliefs that are related to whatever issue you're trying to work on. And then I'll go through the list of people. As I said, I am expecting it to be sort of a quiet night. So we'll definitely get through the list, and then we'll go back around to the list and look at releasing negative trapped emotions relating to the issue. And then we will look at positive. Oh, sorry, I got itchy nose. We will look at positive emotions and do some reinforcement with that. Okay, so let's see. So I've got one person on my list already. All right, so Joan, I've got you listed on attracting a healthy romantic partnership. So let me write you down and get you in my book. Oh, and at the end of the tonight, we will do brain balancing, and I'm changing how we're doing brain balancing and hopefully making it even better. And there's Valerie. Welcome, Valerie. All right, so Joan, I'm putting you down for, oh, and there's Charlotte. Charlotte is going to message you too, so I will do that tonight. So we can chat about that later though, okay? All right, Joan, attracting healthy romantic partnerships. Oh, and there's a dog barking outside. We'll see if my little hoodlums are going to bark. Charlotte, do you want me to work on you too with negative emotions and negative beliefs? Let me know. Okay, so we're going to start with Joanne. Joanne's working on sleep and grief. So right now, there's a lot of people that are leaving the planet, but it's hard. It's hard. So let me get my list out, because initially we're going to see if there are any negative beliefs that are playing a role in what's going on with you, what your issue is. All right. So Valerie, we've got kidney stones. Jane wants to work on working with students, with her students. The connection, right, Jane? All right, Charlotte's going to work on beliefs. That sounds like a good one, Marina. Attracting healthy romantic partnerships. Jane, thank you for being more specific. Yeah, because that definitely is. Will help. All right, so I'm going to start with Joanne. And so this, we're going to look for underlying negative beliefs that are playing a role in whatever issue that you're working on. So like for Joanne, we're working on issues with sleep and grief. So let's just see what comes up. And Joanne's going to watch the replay. So that's why she's not in the chat room. And the one that comes up for Joanne is I am flawed. That's definitely a good one to get rid of. Let's see what age that happened at. Oh, and there's Geraldine. Welcome. All right, so Geraldine wants to work on accepting changes and staying positive. I think that's fabulous, Geraldine. All right, so I'm getting an age for Joanne. Age 19. So I'm going to go ahead and release that. That did release. And the voids have been filled. Joan, you are next. Let's see if there's a negative belief that's playing a role in keeping you from attracting healthy romantic partnerships. Ooh, I am helpless. All right, let's see what age. 12. So let's clear that. That's not helpful. That did clear. All right, Valerie's got some kidney stones. Let's see. I am out of control. Was that yours from last time? Somebody had that last time. Let's see. That's why I keep my little book. No, that was not Valerie's last time. We don't have too many that are out of control, so. Let's get an age for you, Valerie. All right. $38, Valerie. So plus or minus a year, so it would have been 37, 38, 39, somewhere in there, out of control. So that released. And the voids have been filled. Next, we're going to work on Jane, working with her students and their behaviors, which can sometimes be pretty difficult. So let's see. I am uninteresting. Let's see if we've got a date for that. $26, Jane. Let's get rid of that. That's definitely not helpful. So that released. And the voids have been filled. So Charlotte, we're going to work on negative beliefs for you. Let's see what comes up. I am a mistake. That is definitely not a good one. And another one we just need to get rid of. Let me get an age for you on this. So Charlotte around age 13. So I don't know if something comes to mind. The good thing is I'm not getting, we need to know exactly what it is. And ages are the hardest thing, but usually it's plus or minus a year. So sometime 12, 13, 14, something happened where you thought I was a mistake. And usually it's something that's not often a long-term thing, but some type of event that triggered that. So let's go ahead and release that. That did release it. And the voids have been filled. Marina, you are next, looking to release negative beliefs that would prevent her from attracting a healthy romantic partnership. So let's see what that would be. I am not special. That's not good. We're going to release, all of these are not good. So we're going to release that too. Let's see what age you were for that, Marina. Around age 18. So let's go ahead and release that. Okay, so that did release. And the voids have been filled. Geraldine, you are next. Working on accepting changes and staying positive. I am afraid. Let's see what age this is from. You're welcome, Marina. "19, Geraldine. Let's get rid of that because that makes it harder to stay positive if you're afraid. So that did release. And the void's been filled. So next we're going to take those issues that you gave me, and then we're going to look and see if there's negative emotions tied to those. And I've got over 400 negative emotions. And so we'll go through everyone's negative emotions and release those. And in another few moments, we will also be doing another healing pulse. Oh, there's Leslie. Leslie, do you want to get in on releasing negative beliefs related to whatever issue you want to work on? I can still add you to the list, so let me know. All right, so do you have a theme or do you want me to just see what comes up? So let me get back to that page. Okay, so I'm just going to look for something that we need to clear that's negative. I am unwelcome. That's a good one to get rid of. Let's see about what age this got trapped at. 16. So somewhere plus or minus a year. So 15, 16, 17. I don't know if anything comes to mind, but let's go ahead and release that because as with all of these, they're sort of, even if it happened years ago, there are remnants to that belief and that feeling that are still with you. So we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so that did release and the voids have been filled. All right, so next we're going to go on and release negative emotions. And we're going to start with Joanne. Just get to the right page because we've got 3 pages of these. undesirable. I'm going to age on that. $22. So we're going to release and remove undesirable. So that did release. Joan, you are next. Sorrowful. Let's see what age that was at. 16, Joan. So releasing and removing sorrowful. I have a hard time with that word. Not quite sure why. Valerie, let's see if there's some negative emotions connected to your kidney stones. Mocked. M-O-C-K-E-D. Mocked. All right. Let's get an age on that. 23, Valerie. Let's release that. So that did release. And we're going to take a short break and do the next healing pulse. So think about where you want to receive the energy. If it's something emotional, think about where you feel that emotion. Or if it's anxiety, where do you feel that anxiousness? So I want you to rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. And then just breathe that energy in. Be open and allowing. With each breath, imagine the energy going from my hands to yours and exactly where you want it to go. Each time getting a little deeper. And as you breathe out, imagine you're also expelling things that don't belong. So in and healing, and out, imagine that you're releasing. And just open and allowing. Open and allowing. Okay, so that was healing pulse number 2. Let me know how everyone did. Next on the list, we're going to work on Jane. Jane wants a better connection and helping her students and their behaviors. So let's see. Misused. Oh, wow, Leslie. That definitely fits there. Good. Just breathe in those energies. That's what tonight is all about. So let's get an age for Jane and misused. 27, Jane. So let's go ahead and release that. Wonderful. So that's been released. Charlotte is next. We're going to work on releasing Just something overall that's negative for Charlotte. Narrow-minded. So let's release the event that caused that. Let me get an age on that. Good, Valerie. Always a good sign when you guys yawn. "13, Charlotte." So I don't know if something comes to mind, but it would have been, so plus or minus a year. So 12, 13, 14. Some type of event in there that you were a little narrow-minded, or someone around you was narrow-minded and it really affected you. Most of the time, these emotions are ours or yours, but sometimes there's someone very close to us. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and release that event around narrow-minded around 13, Charlotte. And then I'll fill the void with healing energy. So I did release. Marina, you are next. Marina is working on attracting healthy romantic partnerships. Good, Jane. I'm glad that it connects to something that makes sense. That it's just easier when things connect. Sometimes they're not meant to connect, but it's always more interesting when it does. "19, Marina, indignant." You're welcome, Charlotte. Okay. Geraldine, you are next. So Charlotte, stick around because our next area is actually about reinforcing something positive. So that might be more up your alley. Okay, so Geraldine, let's see. We've got accepting changes and staying positive. No, I think, Marina, that's a good one for you. So that's a nice one to get rid of because you don't need to have indignant be something that's common. Unsettled, Geraldine. Let me get an age on that and see if that makes sense to you. Round age 18. So let's go ahead and release that. So I did release and the voids have been filled. All right, Leslie, you are next. And we're just going to look for something for Leslie overall that's negative and emotional. Melancholy. Let's get an age on that and see. You are very welcome. "17. So let's release that. Okay, so that did release and the voids have been filled. Ooh, that went quick. So we are through my list for removing negative trapped emotions. And next, this is my favorite part. we're going to find some positive emotions to reinforce. And as I've said in past weeks, if someone else gets an emotion that you would like, was it 2 weeks ago that I taught you guys how to reinforce things? So go back and watch that video and reinforce some positive emotions that would help you. Very cool, Leslie. Thank you for that feedback. I like hearing that. All right, so going back to Joanne and finding a positive emotion to reinforce for her. Page. Secure. Not the most exciting, but that's a nice one. So let's go ahead and reinforce that for Joanne. Okay, so that reinforced. Joan, you are next. United. That's an interesting one, Joan. Let's reinforce that. Oh, good, Leslie. Mothers make the best healers. I mean, because it's within you, especially when you deal with your children. All right, so Joan, united was reinforced. Valerie, you are next. Popular, Valerie. That's a nice one. So we're going to reinforce that. So that reinforced. And I turned up the wrong little thing. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Okay. All right, so we reinforce popular for Valerie. And then Charlotte. So here is a positive emotion that we're just going to reinforce. Unselfish. Nice. We're just going to reinforce that. Marina. See what comes up. I had to switch pages. Ooh, invincible, Marina. Wow, I could see others wanting that one too. That's a cool one. Geraldine, you are next. Geraldine's got a good one too. Invigorated. Very nice. All right, and Leslie, you were next. Ooh, vital. That's a nice one too. All right, so reinforcing vital for Leslie. Wonderful. So we are going to do the third healing pulse of the night, and then we will do brain balancing. And we're going to add something to the brain balancing that I've been playing around with, and I would like your feedback on it. You had to work? Oh, Joan. That's okay. You're very, very welcome, Leslie. So, Joan, let's see. You had I am helpless, sorrowful at 16, and then your word to reinforce is united. All right, so let's do our third healing pulse of the night. So think about where you want to receive the energies. Rub your hands together and place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energy. Imagine my hands on yours. And then you are just allowing the energy to flow. Just breathe that in. Open and allowing. Just breathe that energy in. Okay, so let's do the brain balancing. So we're going to start this a little bit differently. Part of it will be exactly the same, but this changes things up a bit and is different, much different than the way we've been doing it. So I'm going to combine them into both. And so I really would like your feedback and let me know if you notice a difference, if it changes things, is it just the same? So let me know. So what I want you to do, you're going to rub your hands together. And then you're going to take one hand. It doesn't really matter which one. So one hand is going to go at the base of your skull here. And then the other one is going to go here. And so you're going to run energy between your hands. So start with the one hand. And imagine it's going to connect like to your third eye here. Because technically your third eye actually goes through and then it goes down to the base of your skull. So imagine that you're going to send energy back and forth like we typically do the brain balancing, so back and forth. My forehead's getting warm. I think my glasses are fogging up. Okay, I think that's good. Ooh, warm. All right, so that's the first part of it. So that's the new part. So let me know what you thought of that. And then, or if you want to wait till the very end and do a comparison in chat, that would be fabulous. So next we're going to do what we typically do for the brain balancing. So I want you to rub your hands together, activate your energies, and then you're going to take your 2 fingers and about an inch above your ears, I want you to touch through to your scalp. Good. All right, so you've got your 2 fingers on each side touching your scalp, and you're going to gather energy in one of the hands because you rubbed your hands together like you're activating the healing pulse. So imagine you're gathering energy in the one hand and wait until that hand is full of energy. So right now I'm going to start sending the energy from one hand to the other. And initially it goes a little slow. So like right now it's about a quarter of the way through. It's about halfway through. It's about 3/4 of the way through. And now it's exiting. So I'm gathering the energy in the other hand. And when that hand gets full, I'm going to start sending energy back. Okay, so I'm starting to send the energy back. This will go a tiny bit faster. So it's a quarter of the way through. It's halfway. It's 3/4. It's exiting now. So gather that energy up. And then start sending it back. So this will go a little faster. The more you do it, the faster it goes. So eventually it will be more like a laser light where it's just split second back and forth and back and forth. And so each time you go back and forth, it'll go a little faster. So keep doing that until you are at the point where it's just really quick. So both of these exercises, they're called brain balancing, but they're totally different. So I'm really curious. So that is brain balancing 2 different ways. I sort of like the thought of combining it because, the last one we did connects the neural pathways between the left and right brain hemispheres. But the third eye brain balancing, I think that just does different things. I don't know. What did you guys think? Did you notice a big difference between the two? Even though they're both called brain balancing, I think they're both just very different from each other. And maybe I'm better just offering both of them at this, during a brain balancing session. So what do you think? What did you feel? Did everybody go sleep? Good, Marina. I know you like some of the brain stuff. Did you notice anything with either one of those? Were they any different for you? All right. So, and also, I'm hoping everybody's just so busy writing. Sunday morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, so the 27th, I am going to do a Zoom sort of mini workshop talking about auras. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Healy to do an aura scan, and I will target your lowest functioning chakra. And then we'll talk a bit about that. Not a huge amount of details unless you're either really low or really high on certain things. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But what I mainly want you to get out of the session is what's your lowest and what you can do to improve it. Nice, Valerie. And so on who I've got signed up previously, Paula, Marina, Joanne, Anne Marie, Valerie, Sissy, and Joan, and anyone not here tonight, I will contact. Anybody not on my list that wants to participate or at least get a copy of your aura scan, and then you could get a link to the replay. Thank you for that feedback, both Valerie and Marina. You guys are so quiet. I guess it's good though. You're very welcome, Geraldine. I'm glad you're able to make time for us. So thank you. Oh, let's do one more thing. So most weeks we do a final healing pulse where we do aura strengthening, and then you get a week's worth of healing pulses to go in a baggie. So let's do that in closing, and then I will let you go. All right, so rub your hands together. And so with this, you're going to send energy to your aura. And so like when I do it like this, but some people do it, like this. So however you feel comfortable, and then just imagine the energy flowing. What this does is it helps repel negativity, especially when you're around someone negative. So if like if you are at work and you're going to have a meeting with someone that's rather unpleasant, imagine you're adding some reflectivity to your aura so that if they're nasty, that it sort of bounces back onto them. So just breathe that in and send that energy to your aura. So also with this, you're going to get a week's worth of healing pulses. So to call it in and use the healing pulse, basically it's all about intention. So you just rub your hands together and place your hands where you want to receive the energy, and just set your intention that you're going to receive the healing pulse energy. All right, so I hope everybody had a good night. Let me know what you think of the new brain balancing. I had a few comments from you guys. So Next week, March, we will be here every Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. So I am so glad that everyone was here tonight. Let me know. I offer free 15-minute consultations to ask questions about healing. So, and lately I've been doing more work on animals. So I've got a really nice $30 pet rate where it's done. You send me 3 things that you want to work on for your pet and then a picture, and you can do that through email or direct message me. You guys are just so quiet though. So on that note, I wish you all a very good week, and I hope you've had a fabulous night. Bye.